Hello folks, it's Anahita Rao, and I wanted to speak about something a bit lighter today, more fun. I think we've been too serious recently because there's just so much going on, and we're all hearing all the sort of the negative news and the doom and gloom. So I thought, let me do a series of something a bit more fun, a bit more light, and I'm going to do this over the next few days, and I'll sort of post it one by one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through each nakshatra, all 27 of them, and I'm going to talk about compatibility for each of them. Yeah. We all know relationship compatibility is a very popular topic, and it's much more complex than just looking at the moon placement. But the moon placement, and more importantly the nakshatra placement of the moon, is the key to understanding compatibility. So first I'm going to just talk a little bit about what is a nakshatra for those who are new to Vedic astrology. The heart of Vedic astrology is in fact nakshatras. Originally Jyotish was focused on nakshatras only, which is the movement of the moon through the constellations, rather than the sign, which is the movement of the sun. Nakshatra is basically a fixed star constellation in the sky where the planets are transiting. I would describe nakshatras as the passive but potent force which need the planets to activate them. Yeah. So it's vital to note the nakshatra placement, as this will reveal the inner motivation and the attributes of the planets that reside there or transit there. In fact, the calculations and predictions in Vedic astrology are made from the vantage point of the moon transiting a specific nakshatra at the time of your birth. The controlling planet of the nakshatra must be seen for its impact, as well as the deity that rules the nakshatra, to assess the entire situation and to see what's going on. Okay, so back to the topic at hand. We're going to look at nakshatra compatibility and see your best match from your moon sign. If you don't know where your moon was situated when you were born, then you can go to the chart calculator on my website, which is there for free, and you can plug in your details. It should pop up with your moon's nakshatra. Remember, this is the sidereal system, so it may place your moon in a different sign altogether from the tropical or the western placement. And for those who are watching all of the nakshatra videos, please note that this little intro will be repeated in all of the videos. Yeah, one more final thing I wanted to say about compatibility is that when it comes to looking for a match, this is just sort of a common sense thing, I guess, but it's very important. Please see goodness where it lies, rather than hoping for goodness where it does not exist. Yeah. We're all guilty of being with people that are not good to us or for us, in the hopes that they will be someday. So just don't get caught up in that illusion. Yeah. Astrology can, remember, astrology can only guide us, but we make the final call. Yeah. Okay, so let's get started with the nakshatra compatibility videos. Yeah. Okay, so PUNARVASU. Ideal life partner for you is Bharani and Pushya. The most challenging partner would be Jyesta. PUNARVASU PUNARVASU and Ashwini. You're attracted to the refreshing and zestful Ashwini. They never crowd you or take you for granted. There can be many emotional ups and downs though. Joy and excitement of love, but also the sadness of being lonely when you're apart. Don't put all the blame on them. Your need for freedom may also have created some of these problems. PUNARVASU and Bharani. This is probably your best relationship. They can teach you about love, about commitment, about sensuality. They're mesmeric and fascinating. This is at least how you view them. And you're willing to make adjustments to suit them as you desire them so much. You find intimacy and love with Bharani. You become their lover, not their guru. PUNARVASU and Kritika. So Kritika represents security to you, and you want some of their stability and quiet strength. You need them to be your rock, someone to come home to between your travels. Kritika cannot always handle your need for freedom, and they can become jealous of your friends. In the long term, you may find your rock can become a bit of a prison. So PUNARVASU and Rohini, you fall for their magnetism and their sensuality. The romantic nature adds to your love. Once you get involved, you'll stay focused on them, but let them know that you love them a lot because they're quite insecure. Don't make them jealous. If they lose their trust in you, they can become quite cold and moody. PUNARVASU and Mrigashira, you love the mixture of their cool intellect and their sizzling sensuality. You never have time to get bored, as there's always another part of their personality to explore. Their need for security and their possessiveness can be hard for you to deal with, so compromise. PUNARVASU and Ardra. You find it difficult to trust Ardra completely. You're attracted by their exciting outer persona, but you can become bored with their very practical side. They need your approval and you may not be there for them. A relationship between a cat and a dog nakshatra can result in frequent fighting. Both of you can irritate each other purposely. So PUNARVASU and PUNARVASU, you share a common love of knowledge. At last you seem to have met someone who really understands you. For you to be happy together, you have to make a pact of being together, not making the physical distance an emotional one as well. You need to agree with your boundaries in order for you to work this one. PUNARVASU and Pushya, this is also your best relationship. They come across as quite cool, but they're amusing and fun, and they also have a great sense of humor. You will love their warmth. Their support makes you feel secure, and it makes you want to commit to them. Even if you go off occasionally, you know that they're there for you, and they're strong, and they're supportive, and they're loyal. PUNARVASU and Ishlisha, this is a good relationship. You tend to indulge them a bit. You enjoy their bright minds and revel in their sensuality. You can fight with each other, but then you enjoy also making up. You have to control your need to advise them. They don't take that very well. Being jealous is also not an option. Both of you need your independence for this one to work. PUNARVASU and Magha, how do you cope with a relationship where there is just no sexual compatibility? You can deal with this, but Magha might find it impossible to do so, because sex is a very huge motivating force for them. They also won't take kindly to you playing fast and loose. The cat is far stronger than the rat, so you have to control your impulses to tease them and dominate them. Okay, PUNARVASU and Purva Falguni. This relationship can work pretty well. I would say enhance the areas of compatibility, the fun, the socializing, the thirst for knowledge, the shared interests, and play down your differences here. Also resist the temptation to play games and intimidate them. PUNARVASU and Uttra Falguni. Uttra Falguni are steadfast and reliable. If you're open with them about your needs, they'll be there for you when you want to come back. Don't give into their demands too much. They're also intrigued by you because of your fascinating lifestyle. PUNARVASU and Hasta appear very similar to you, and you connect with their lunar energy. They're happy to take your advice and improve their inner self, but you're not at ease with their neediness. They're emotional and they need constant attention. You're happy to love, but when you have to focus on one individual too much, you face problems. PUNARVASU and Chitra, you love their adventurous spirit and their ability to love on whatever level you want. Let them know that they're special to you and how much you love them, then the bonds remain regardless of your independent lives. Ignore them and they will happily move on to a different sphere of self-discovery where you're not needed. PUNARVASU and Swati. Swati is a fairly easy relationship. You sense their kindred spirit. You may appear very different and having compatible ideas, but deep down you're quite similar. You're both adventurous. You don't like conformity, and you both like your freedom. You respect their ideas and show them how to get the best out of them. PUNARVASU and Vishaka. Vishaka may feel unwilling to share your love with others. You need to consciously make them feel wanted. If your spiritual paths diverge too far, you may have created some emotional distance that would be hard to bridge in the end. PUNARVASU and Anuradha. Anuradha force you to stop and think about life and think about love. Their gentle questioning of your ways, it sparks sort of an inner sort of search within you, and they help you to overcome any lack of intimacy. They're also supportive, they're quite selfless with you, and you also have the comfort of knowing that they will be there for you. PUNARVASU and Jaisa, the most challenging and painful relationship for you. Mysterious Jaisa attracts you, but the relationship becomes too complex. They try to control your life, and if you accept this, you can feel too restricted. Both of you are not prepared to be sensitive to each other's needs, and you can easily hurt each other in the process. PUNARVASU and Mula, you can't really deal with Mula, but you can't walk away from them easily either. You fight, you become jealous, and you become possessive. Instead of being in a loving relationship, you can start to act quite cold and aggressive towards them. And of course, they don't improve the relationship either by rejecting you 1 minute and taking you up the next minute. PUNARVASU and Purvashada. You enjoy Purvashada's company. They're fun, they're full of life, they're original. You can also sense their mental confusion. You want to protect them, but they don't really listen to your advice. At least they're not always trying to make you into a conventional bore. You can love them without making any complicated commitments. PUNARVASU and Uttarashada, you can form a mutual sort of respect for each other, but this is your spiritually complex relationship, and it can bring sort of unnecessary issues to spoil it. If you develop their trust, because they can be quite sort of insecure and jealous of your many friends, but if you develop their trust, then they're quite sort of easygoing. I would say, of course, you have to sort of make them feel secure on a very regular basis, so that they wouldn't feel left out. PUNARVASU and Shravana. Shravana listen to you, and they understand your needs before you've even spoken them. They help you understand how to use your restlessness more creatively. You can enjoy a very loving relationship here, but it can also remain largely uncommitted. Explore philosophy and creative ideas together. That would go well. PUNARVASU and Shatavisha. This is probably your worst relationship. You find it difficult to trust them. They will never open up to you, always being secretive. They can perversely stop telling you even the smallest details just to make you suspicious. And you know, you won't be able to control your jealousy. Both of you can act quite negatively towards each other. which doesn't, of course, promote love in a relationship. PUNARVASU and Purva Bhadrapada. They can be quite unrealistic with you. They expecting you to give up your independent life and concentrate totally on them. You like them and you enjoy their company, but your love has to be a distant one. You don't really have the time to nourish the relationship, which usually becomes quite frustrating for the person that is making all the compromises. PUNARVASU and Uttara Bhadrapada. They'll support you. They'll love you. They'll allow you your freedom. Yet at the same time, they'll remind you periodically of your responsibilities. They encourage you in your spiritual search, and they're quite committed. But I would say don't promise commitment if you're not able to follow through. They'll be flexible otherwise. PUNARVASU and Revathi. Revathi will charm you into loving them. They're insecure and you will be in your element, advising them and guiding them. They also have the tendency to be possessive and can cling emotionally. While you're happy to give them their emotional sustenance, you should let them know of your need for freedom.